Turbo Annihilator here, and I'm going to show you what makes Komoda such an awesome Blanka player in Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Alright, now today we're going to be taking a look at Komoda's matches in a Shanghai exhibition in the year 2010. Futuristic, I know. However, in this matchup, it's Blanka versus Ryu, which is a terrible matchup for Blanka. It's somewhere in the realm of probably 7.5 to 2.5. It's really, really hard for Blanka to get in on a good Ryu player. So the goal that I have for this series is to take a look at the matchups and see exactly how he plays them to win against such adverse conditions. There's kind of a lot to go over. There's a lot of examples and just kind of commentary. So we're going to go ahead and do that. However, I must let you know exactly what tools I use to record and set up everything as a precursor to how we're going to go and take a step through everything. I recorded using the PC version of Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Edition. And the setup that I used on it was the speed is Turbo 1 and the stage is Cammy. Now you may be asking why I would choose Turbo 1 on Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Edition, but the reason of it is actually quite simple. It's because the speed of the emulation is wrong inside of the actual game. So in order to mitigate that, a player named Fromo took the frame data and kind of figured out that Turbo 1 is more closely correct to the actual speed of the arcade game. The reason why I'm doing Cammy stage is because if you take all of the stages and line them up for how fast they are, hers is right in the middle. So if you practice all of these combos and techniques that I'm going to show you, you should be able to get a very consistent way of learning it by playing at the most correct speed and the most average stage possible when playing in 30th Anniversary Edition. I wanted to show that it was possible to do all of these techniques on a beginner's stick. Now, full disclosure, there is a Sanwa JLF in here. The top buttons are also Sanwa, but the bottom ones are Seimitsu's. And it's kind of a Frankenstein stick, but a close equivalent would be the Evo version of the Komoda. I also used a CRT monitor to capture all of the footage, so everything should sync up nicely if you're going and trying to transition over to using an arcade cabinet from doing either PS4, Xbox One, or PC. So let's get started and we'll see where it goes from there. Okay, so in this matchup we have Komoda versus Hyde. And take a look what happens right when the round starts. Did you catch that? Okay, so what he was doing there was he was starting off the round with his forward slide, which he's going for the knockdown. So that's exactly what he's doing there, is trying to get the knockdown so we can get a crossover ball into mix-up territory. So what he's trying to do is get the knockdown, mix him up, get the dizzy, and finish the round as soon as possible. Let's take a look at that sequence once again, and then I'll show you how to do it in training mode. So forward slide, crossover ball, medium kick, canceled into forward hop, hops over, then into another medium kick, canceled into up ball for the dizzy. Isn't that freaking insane? All of that just at round start. Now that is Komoda's go-to when he's facing a Shoto character. He's always trying to look for either a bite or the knockdown at round start so that he can get in close and avoid the fireball trap game. I should also note that after he does all of that craziness to get the dizzy, even though he doesn't get it in the sequence, what he's trying to do is follow up with a 3-hit combo that won't exactly kill, but it'll get him really, really close into basically chip out territory. So he can do things like media electricity or another bite or anything that he's trying to get like chip damage off of. Now he'll avoid trying to do Blanka balls because Ryu can punish him with a fierce fireball on hit. So it's not entirely safe, and you might be able to get the chip damage on it, but it's really kind of not worth wasting all of that effort to try and do something to where you're basically getting in a situation that you're hitting yourself. Let's take a look at what he tries to do afterwards here. So he missed the link on that combo, but it was supposed to be a jumping roundhouse into medium kick into forward Blanka ball. So in the example that I have coming up next, we're going to show the entire sequence as Komoda had intended to do it, even though he didn't get the combo off in the video. Okay, now we're into round 2 of this set, and so far it's been kind of a back and forth between Hyde and Komoda as far as trying to establish the life lead. And Komoda is currently behind, but that's about to all change in this sequence coming up. Now, the reason why I wanted to highlight this is because Komoda uses unconventional spacing techniques when he's trying to Blanka ball and then whiff the Blanka ball into a bite situation. So I just wanted to point this out because it's also very important to his game plan and how he deals with characters. It's actually very sneaky. And so he's gone in and he's gotten his grab sequence going. So he's chomping away, goes in with a light kick, crouching roundhouse, and then Blanka ball into bite. Now that's something you don't see a lot of other Blanka players play, I don't think. Like usually what they're trying to do is go in for something more traditional, like a heavy jumping punch into standing medium punch, and then into a low fierce to get the spacing to do the Blanka ball. But most people know that trick already, so they're already kind of planning to get on the defense with that, where with the Ryu would probably be a crouching light punch to try and jab him out of the Blanka ball. So a very important spacing technique that Komoda uses here, and it's one that you can just kind of sit in place and do the standing light kick into the roundhouse kick, and you'll have your spacing. Now, after he bites, he moves forward just a little bit, just to get into range to where you can get that light kick to connect. After that, he'll kind of sit and wait to see what the other player is going to try and do before he throws out the roundhouse. And then after that, once he knows that that is a confirmed hit, or block, I should say, he Blanka balls over into that bite transition. And you see him do this quite a bit. Okay, now we're into round 1 of the second match of this set. And like usual, Blanka is behind in the life lead so far, but it's about to turn around really quickly here. And it's a whole sequence that is genuinely super impressive. I can't really describe how awesome this is because, well, let me just play it first and then we'll discuss afterwards, okay? Did you see it? Now, he dodged the fireball in the corner, which is a frame trap that when he does that Hadoken, no matter what you do, it's a virtual almost lock that you're going to be guaranteed that either they're going to block or they're going to get hit if they try anything. So what Komoda did was use his backdash to his advantage in order to get out of that situation so that he has the advantage. And in order to do this, it's a 1-frame reversal. So on the second that Hadoken hits, or is supposed to hit Blanka, he backdashes using his 13-frame invincibility that he has on his backdash to make that meaty fireball go through him and across the screen. And check this out and see exactly what he does to follow this up to win the round. I should note here that in this entire set, he doesn't get that medium kick into Blanka ball, except this one time. And I'm going to actually do the two. So it's going to be the reversal setup, and then it's also going to show you how to do that Blanka ball off of a roundhouse situation where he gets tripped up. Just to see how insane that is to do in match, I probably did this like 100 times to try and get the reversal and into what he did. And I was only maybe able to get it twice out of 100 times. That's like 2% of the time that I can do it. And that's only in training mode. That's not in a match against another player. And when you're behind and you're nervous and you're trying to get the life lead to win, it's just probably his most impressive play that I've seen recorded on the internet. So at the beginning of round 2, he does the same exact thing that he did in the first round, except that now he's using another variation of it. So let's take a look at and see exactly what he's doing here. Okay, goes in for the slide, does the Blanka ball like we showed earlier. However, he does a little bit different this time. So he goes in for a standing medium punch into forward standing medium punch, which gives him his Bushbuster headbutt. And he gets the dizzy, and now let's see exactly what he does after that. So again, he misses that 3-hit sequence that would have probably gotten really close to closing out the round, but he's still able to pull off the win here. It's a little bit of struggle because now he's playing the fireball game. Tries the backdash, is unsuccessful in that. Okay. Now here, he does a Shoryuken, and he punishes the Shoryuken because he's not in range. Tries to go for that magic Shoryuken to get the knockdown, to try and get to the fireball trap and just lock him into the corner. But Komoda's not having any of that. So he whiffs the Shoryuken. Komoda just walks forward and casually bites him. And then he hops forward here. And then he does a forward hop that cancels into up ball to close out the round. So those sequences are right here. Okay, round one of the third match, and let's see what he's going to do next. I bet you he's probably going to try that slide technique again because it's been so successful for him thus far. So let's see what happens. Goes for the slide. He knows to block that now. So he's down backing so that he doesn't get tripped up. However, Komoda follows that up by a jumping attack into slide. And the reason why he's doing that is because against a crouching opponent, you can actually get a 2-hit combo from that jump in fierce kick into a forward slide. Okay, so later on in the same round, he's getting Ryu back into the corners. It's exactly what he wants because he wants to lock him down so that he makes mistakes. And in this sequence here, you'll see him do another crossover combo and mix Ryu up basically for the win in this round. So let's take a look and see what he does. Okay, so he's got some work. Bam. Now he gets punished for it because for whatever reason the RNG in the game didn't get him the dizzy, but let's take a look at that one more time and then I'll show you how to do it too. He goes in for a headbutt, cancels the second hit of the headbutt into a crossover, into a standing medium punch, jumps over using his plus frames from that standing medium punch into light kick, standing medium punch into forward standing medium punch for the headbutt. Okay, this is the final round of the set, and we're going to see exactly how Komoda closes this out to win basically 3 zeros in a matchup that is 7.5 to 2.5. So let's take a look and see what he does now. So round start. Goes in for the slide. And then the Ryu player does this YOLO kind of heavy shoryuken to try and get Blanka off of him, but obviously that did not work out too well for him. And if we go back and kind of look at that sequence again, we'll see exactly what happened. So he goes in for the forward slide. Ryu tries to punish with a heavy shoryuken. Then Blanka gets up, standing medium punches, crosses over into another standing medium punch into standing forward medium punch for that headbutt combo to get a dizzy yet again. And he misses that 4-hit combo to close out the round. So he's got a little bit of more cleanup to do, so to speak, to finish out the round. But he's really putting the pressure on Ryu. He's got him in the corner exactly where he wants him. Ryu's options are rather limited in this position in the match. So Komoda's just going to come in and try and get the bite there. Doesn't get it off because of the way the RNG works in the game. If you hit somebody, or if you attempt to hit somebody and they block it, there's an RNG counter that goes from that hit for a set amount of frames to where you can or cannot bite somebody. So unfortunately, he didn't get the bite there to close off the round, but he's still getting the pressure there. Goes for the up ball on that shoryuken. He's right in his max range to basically do whatever he needs to do to close out this round. So he goes in, Blanka balls in, and then from there he goes into super. And that's how he ends this matchup in Shanghai in 2010. So that's a basic look at what Komoda's game plan is facing Ryu in ST. And as you can see, there's a lot of different techniques involved. In fact, I think I've got 8 that we showed here for you to kind of go over and take a look at and study. It did take quite a while to get this whole thing together. I probably worked on it for like the last week to try and get all the different combo sequences put together. So next time we'll be looking at a different character in a similar matchup, probably either from when Komoda visited Shanghai in 2008 or 2010. I haven't decided which matchup I want to present to you. However, if you want to leave a comment down below, let me know what one you want to see next, and we'll kind of work from there.